5 years after Etan Patz disappeared in Soho, the man accused of killing the 6-year-old boy is now on trial. Opening statements are underway this morning in Lower Manhattan. The story is live at noon. CBS 2's Andrea Grymes live at the courthouse. Andrea.
Well, Chris, the prosecutor began her opening statements this morning by telling jury members they're about to go back to a period in time before cell phones, before TiVo, when kids played outside until their parents called them in. The year 1979, when little Etan Patz disappeared, and this morning his alleged killer's trial finally got started. Etan Patz's father walked silently past reporters in the courthouse, finally hoping to see justice served nearly 36 years after his young son's disappearance. Pedro Hernandez's trial officially began this morning. He's the man accused of kidnapping and murdering 6-year-old Etan back in 1979 in a case that made international headlines. The courtroom today standing room only with spectators, including current Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance. In her opening statement, the prosecutor called this, quote, a regular American tale interrupted by a nightmare that never ended, going on to say that Etan had his beautiful little life snuffed out by the defendant. The notorious missing persons case stumped investigators for more than 3 decades until Hernandez confessed to the crime on videotape in 2012. He was an 18-year-old bodega worker in '79, and Etan was walking to school alone in Soho. Hernandez said on tape he offered the boy a soda, took him to the basement, grabbed him by the neck, and began to choke him. Quote, it was like something just took over me. I tried to let go, but I just couldn't let him go. Hernandez says he then put the child's body in a box and left it in an alley. The body was never found. A judge ruled in November that the videotape can be used during the trial, despite his attorney's objections. The defense attorney had argued Hernandez has a low IQ, a history of mental illness, and that detectives interviewed him for more than 7 hours before reading him his rights. He says just because Hernandez confessed does not mean he committed the crime. Well, there was a slight disruption before opening statements began when an unidentified man yelled out, Pedro, you're guilty, in the courtroom. He, of course, was escorted out. Now, the prosecutor told jury members they will hear from Etan's mom during the trial, among other witnesses. The defense is expected to start their opening statements after lunch, and this entire trial is expected to last up to 4 months. Reporting live this noon in Lower Manhattan, Andrea Grymes, CBS 2 News.